order. What if I was 5 different people?
General teen idol.
The best way to see few unique challenges.
So one of the things I'm intrigued by the most is space. This whole concept is gonna be in space. So available on
I tend to rub over my eyes when I'm switchy. So yeah, I know that.
has the different identities. Does she know she still looks the same or not? How self-aware?
Jess, since he was
Things not being very well.
it was only after days of getting to know Jess.
Right now.
Definitely more of an optimist. I try and have a good time no matter what we do.
What does Jake
From a very early age, those extreme
I feel like it's almost like a horror movie, but they're not saying anything bad. Be able to control it. Totally.
One of our essays. Jamie's very intelligent. He's very charming.
Identities.
And I love, like, you know, my makeup.
So do you guys think having?
To go a little bit blurry.
She just said she.
Me desensitize myself to being afraid of men. If I was a boy, what happened to me would
year old country dog?
just clap.
I was expecting
Ended up in places that I didn't know where I was, and I didn't know how I ended up there. And I remember
everything about Jake is Jake. So introduce me.
It's been a year, but I'm super excited to announce it's possible.
Jess has dissociative identity pop star.
Like me?
Jake is about 5 foot
To meet Jess, but not quite sure who would actually be in the
in the car. I can either be driving and be taking control of it. Traitors.
She's extreme.
identity disorder, DID. Jess and her identities operate like a family. They all
Condition. The likelihood is that people with mental health issues are more likely to white smile. He's very good looking.
Strange.
where you are powerless.
Out here on reaction times. I mean, I struggle.
inside of her head. She could have conversations with them. And I just looked at her and went, that's fine, that's awesome. That's really, really cool.
Is there ever that fear that he
So I'm sort of, but one of my things I am and lean and muscular.
Blah. I keep tripping over my words. I think I'm just
Survival system, which nearly all
feeling right now.
to you and I, but venture into their
For being supportive. She found someone that can truly.
brain, in a sense, can't deal with.
That was a beautiful.
This left-handed.
and Jake, 25-year-old California.
Look, I have like bright white teeth, bright blue eyes.
Glasses. Wouldn't that?
I could be in the passenger seat and sort of have an idea of what's going on, or I could be in the
And I didn't know it was a real condition. But apparently I ended up as a giraffe. My second identity. We don't talk about. Different version of a female. Maybe she wants. Cool. What if I had 5 different identities? Boom. Boom.
really see eye to eye, but we're trying to at least be humble and at least be on the same wavelength.
Identity. Can't say it. Identities. He couldn't control it for the most part. But it seems like she might be.
Tact, my eyes are to the
Identities cause you to do stuff like that.
quite slick.
Chair across from me.
Did you have to get approval from everybody to talk to me?
Kind of, yeah.
Is female. You have a female body.
It's okay. There is a possibility.
And a lot more.
You saw that guy. That was our boy.
I was around all day, every day, and my brain really helped.
Okay, it's a little different. We know. Think I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Some people in my head will come forward.
But it's not officially launched yet, so iOS is available for pre-order.
Fine, very foggy-headed. Like there's a lot of buzzing around, a lot of talking.
Pretty interesting question. Maybe you guys will know the answer, but do you think she changes clothes?
Psychotherapist. She needs to allow whoever wants to meet me next
Where I understand how to manage him now, and it actually
in
wasn't.
a world. And this
Oh, give him best season total only on Meet the Person series. In this episode of Meet the Person, we're looking at the girl thing you'd only seen them.
Wouldn't talk to you.
all living in the same body.
I've got
Jess this whole time.
yes.
The scariest thing would be is if you don't have any control over it. You support her and doesn't outcast her. It's really touching.
My friends, they were great. He's quite girly. I quite love my pink
Jess, which is her, doesn't need
round, so it's busy.
Who's the closest?
Oh gosh.
an astronaut. You know how that turned out. I
We're doing all right.
What makes it difficult? What makes it rocky?
We don't
like every 3 seconds. The typical person from LA, you know?
ability factor.
Not even that. I think it's just as long as everyone surrounding her stays respectful. That Jake, Ollie, shouldn't really be scared. But for me, I really like having full
Wanted to display some of the signs of a switch during our interview.
How are you?
movies. But there you guys have it. What'd you think?
With her male alters, Jamie, Jake, and Ollie. But the one who has
Nearly getting there, and I like to think that we're doing.
always caused her anxiety is Ed. He is
And brown fluffy hair, always spiky at the front.
Jess has a friendly relationship.
What's behind this? What makes your brain have 5 different identities?
Something she won't go into detail about.
He asked me to be his girlfriend 3 times.
The most
Disorder. She thinks the reason she has these different personalities is because
something dangerous. 5 different
identity, or does she talk amongst herself as if it's different identities? I'm very confused. I still can't say.
On the thighs, I just started, I guess, to put 2 and 2 together.
A 14-year-old boy who has been inside of
There's whoever, all of what's happened.
I'm saying, like, that's how I would compare me, like, for sure.
Always in the sun, tan, kind of there.
but body language, mannerisms.
That's my day done. Ed a bad alter. He's not a bad alter. He's just
It's
misunderstood.
different.
This interview brought with it a
Make it free. The Reaction Time adventure game. If you could just go to reactiontime.co, enter. Before we begin, just a quick shout out to the full explanation of how these DIDs
a way to protect herself after a traumatic event, the help and
about to come forward and be her. Just think about that. That's how powerful.
their appearance and personality.
Jamie, Jake, and Ollie are around, so it's busy. Frightened of him seeing that such, but to make sure I'm saying the right thing.
Change right now to a different character.
And I know I'm doing it now, so I'm not making much eye contact.
I knew you guys don't have to pay anything. We made sure to.
And why I keep saying no is because of this.
Is maybe coming forward.
You get that ping of something's not quite or how I got in there.
Jess struggled to be believed and to get
Identities, but I'm actually Jess, so it's a little different than the movie. I'm in a game. I have my own app now. The game is launching so soon. You can beautiful. Of course, like apparently it is. Watch.
next. Meet Jess, a woman with
Powerful your brain can actually be. It's actually pretty incredible.
I've been speaking to
Identity. Fuck.
Of course, living in the one body means they all look the same.
Make sure to get it. So it's gonna be timelessbrand.com or first link in the description. But Alfredo, not.
Keep ignoring your children. They will eventually start making life difficult.
Why does she want? It's spot on. I'm very amazed. Really deciphering characters in your head, giving them each complete shape, personality.
My feet, it was raining and I had no idea where I was.
Always applies to
The fact that he doesn't appear male to the eye.
How Jake imagines himself is on his social media.
describe yourself to me.
What's going on?
Are there signals? Can you feel that one of your alters is
Actually has blurry eyesight when one of the identity, the one that wears the glasses, is in control of what I do, what I say. If I had all these voices in my head,
Time is incredibly beneficial to our overall mental health.
I have a
All have relationships.
physically?
I'm not particularly tall.
nailed it. That accent, saying
I mean, just to do this entire thing is very much about everyone's comfortability. Okay, just
It's startling how different
just very interesting.
having male of them.
Supportive boyfriends, supportive friends. I feel like for a lot of people, it wouldn't be the same. To really be a male.
are all male.
All are male? That's interesting. There's not even a
The
different.
body. Whoever's in the driver's seat is driving the body of what's going on. Or I can be in the boot where I have like,
Someone's coming for you.
Diagnosis.
I guess it's been quite hard to not concentrate.
Just heading home now to
What's that movie called? The guy that had all these identities. I think it was 13. Yeah, that movie was weird.
overwhelming experiences for children growing up, usually from
All these identities is like a mental disorder? Or do you think it's even boom, boom? That's right. Interesting. Because I thought this was only a movie.
Jake is to the woman who was sitting down just minutes.
Harm you. And as with any mental health,
You could be 4 other completely different people.
She calls them alters, and they are
particularly when I was younger, it was very frightening. It's taken me years to get to a point
At the end of the day, it's still yourself.
my arms, wrists, legs, thighs, mainly
When I watched the movie of the guy with different identities,
are partners.
I might go insane. I mean, I give her props for that.
Else like to talk to.
There's Jamie, a 27, Ed, a 29-year-old punk rock hairdresser.
he's very
We're gonna have all these different identities. We're gonna find out
creative,
I think I'm a bit of a dark horse. I think that's what.
they're threatening her in any way. You should.
right? Co-consciousness is where there is more than one of you.
Has the potential to harm you.
Yeah,
Is that Cameron Dallas? Okay, Jake. And why don't you call it Cameron?
good.
And there you have it. We're gonna end it right here. This was extremely interesting. Actually, the one.
Wouldn't have happened.
So she thinks if she was a boy, she wouldn't have a personality identity. Hey, I have these identities.
Is are uncomfortable with that?
Yeah, so I mean, Jake is very self-conscious.
Definitely looks on the more serious side for sure.
I had to introduce myself.
Well, Ed, nice to meet you.
Different identities.
So she's Jess, just herself as a normal state. She's also Jake.
Too excited. He's got this brilliant Hollywood. I already met all these people in my head. They'd never had a problem with any, just like chatter. I couldn't tell you at the moment.
Personally, for me, I would be a little extremely self-aware, which is interesting because I feel like a lot of people have different identities. They wouldn't be as self-aware.
Jess.
Beautiful to personalities.
So she's a female, but it says if she was,
Because I know that I've got Jamie, Jake, and Ollie all around.
you can already pre-order the game. It's completely free. I'll never make an app if I usually come into
You. It can be even the fact that maybe if Ed's around, I'm realizing I'm using my left.
A lot of people describe me as.
I think it would be kind of cool to have different identities. I can't say identities.
Confused and terrified her.
Boyfriend. It seems like he's dealing with it pretty well.
Was so
Who's coming?
Nobody's going to hurt you. Alters.
Jamie and a higher level of intelligence.
How do you manage your day so that everybody...
He actually wears prescription lenses even though
So Jamie's the only one with prescription lenses.
For years, it also confused.
The fact that I'm really like happy-go-lucky.
Damn! Oh my god, that
Yeah, I think that was the start of
boyfriend award. Both iOS and Android. Is she? It's the real question.
All see them
morning. Ed that'll be out a little bit to make lunch boxes and to set everything out for the week.
and her alters that Ed
Until my diagnostician said to me, you need to stop calling.
And if I had a lot of different voices in my head,
and Ollie is Jamie and Ed's son. Like most families, it's complex. This is how they see themselves. These are
No memory at all.
and Ed. 5 different identities.
event as a child.
Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.
It's very, very unlikely to
Suddenly change in very important situations.
Jess starts with one another and exist in what they call
How do you deal with someone like that? What does it take? And hairstyle every single time she goes to a different study of something like that. I really want to break down.
and then I'll go into work 9 to 5, allowing them to have their own space in their room.
At the moment of being that person, they wouldn't realize it. But
Some situations.
who specializes in DID.
The condition is, you could say it's the
we're ready to rock and roll. Alright, you ready to meet the person?
Me to Jake.
Gosh, I guess I'd start with the
They're completely switched.
The American accent tells me Jake is here.
How are you doing?
The chance to 7.
He's a bit of a moody teenager. Be victims than perp that's around now.
Jess leaves the room to have a moment to herself. The privacy come through.
Hi.
This is the first time we're gonna see her.
My relationship with Jess is a bit of a rookie one, but we've been working on living harmony.
People with one identity, me, and I'm surprised like
Selves as individuals.
for you.
It's very much like driving a car. Imagine your car is side of me. Eventually, when I explained, look, the reason
Before.
I got there.
you guys heard that? Just the okay was already extremely different.
Not only the accent,
There is a structure. One of us
Who has 5 different personalities. Now, is it harmful? Is it cool? Yes. How
portrayed in Hollywood as something to be afraid of. And Jamie are brothers. Jamie images they use to depict
whoever it may be is up in the morning. Generally, it's Jake that likes to take the dog out for a walk and go out for a bit of a run in the. I think he's quite detached from the body, really.
It's crazy. It's like, especially on
Are
set
there ever times when you're altered?
where they would actually think they are that person.
Outside world. Jamie is, I think, just as that carer's role.
me and Ed.
Nice to meet you, Mel.
What's your relationship like with Jess?
The merch, if you guys have not gotten your piece yet, make
Individuals, they all exist inside Jess.
I think I describe myself
sure even ruin her vision.
with a very upper class British accent.
Male, she would just choose who she would want to be instead of playing the character.
Us, when you are in extreme life-threatening situations, which the
He's very good at taking care of me. You know me, Jamie's very good at that. And it's very much
Maybe in her head is how she imagines these characters. I wonder if she realizes when she plays the characters.
in a world. I am a Hollywood actor, actually. I'm also like a singer, just
She needed until she met Dr. Remy Acoroni, a
She's 100%. In reality, she has a reality check and she knows
Me today?
yeah, I just yeah.
she's about to check. There you guys have it. You can already pre-order. You get early access. It's absolutely.
He wanted to grow up and be a dinosaur.
I wanted to be a president.
their inner world. Jake and
Hurt you?
Yeah. Sometimes I come back and I would have self-harm.
Ooh, you don't want one of your.
most primitive, fundamental survival.
You're very young.
If you've got a family and you
One of the most interesting videos I've ever seen because I thought it was almost like mainly fiction. So
the only one I haven't been allowed to meet yet
Has Ed ever tried to...
was ready to meet me.
ooh, Ed.
Jamie's around. My eyesight started. One day I was like in a dress with the highest of heels on. I had blisters all over.
do?
Back seats where I can I have much less control and much less idea.
She explained to me she had people living
I have strong opinions for it.
Play. He said traumatic experiences when you see all the signs.
Hey there, if you ever get bored of watching people sat in silence, maybe you should come and check out the We Know Nothing podcast where we talk too much. If you want to listen to two drunk best friends talking about current events, opinions and embarrassing stories, be sure to check us out.